Hi, this is Steph with Belladonna Dyes, and today I'm going to show you how I mix my dye for tie-dye. I use Dharma dye, so I am only speaking on Dharma dye and their instructions. So it's 1 cup of water to 2 teaspoons of powdered dye. If it has 1 asterisk, you use 4 teaspoons of dye. If it has 2 asterisks, you use 8 teaspoons of dye. The first color we're mixing is bright green. It does not have an asterisk, so therefore it's only going to get 1 cup of water and 2 teaspoons of dye. So I'm multitasking right now. While I'm rinsing out the funnel and the teaspoon, I'm shaking the dye with my right hand. I shake it pretty much the entire time while I'm rinsing, and then I set it off to the side, and I'm going to mix the next color. Once you have everything rinsed really well, dry off the spoon with a paper towel. I don't like to stick a wet teaspoon into the pot of dye because I feel like it just makes the dye around it get clumpy. The next color is turquoise, and it has 2 asterisks, so that's going to get 4 teaspoons of dye. So I fill up my measuring cup with 1 cup of water, and I'm going to pour in about half of the cup of water into the bottle. I'm going to save the other half of the cup to rinse out the funnel once I put the dye in. Take note of the 1 asterisk right next to the word turquoise. Once I get all my dye down the funnel and into the bottle, I make sure to put my lid back on the pot of dye tightly. It would be absolutely horrible to start moving around and accidentally knock the dye onto the floor. It would be a disaster. So really pay attention to what you're doing. Before moving on to the next color, we need to make sure that we rinse very well. So rinse out your funnel and your teaspoon until there's no more turquoise. Turquoise is one of those colors, I swear I have a little speck of it on every single shirt at the beginning of tie-dye. It just gets everywhere. And it's a good rule of thumb to clean up after yourself as you go in between each color. This stuff is messy, and mixing dye is the worst. I loathe mixing dye. So now we're on to mixing our third color of dye, and this one is Raven Black. Raven Black has 2 asterisks, and so that means it's going to get 8 teaspoons to 1 cup of water. That is a lot of dye, and it's really hard to mix. So for those of you that have been following my tutorials, you'll notice when I'm using the Raven Black, my tip of my 16-ounce bottle always wants to clog, and it's super frustrating. Mr. Tie-Dye uses an immersion blender to mix up his black dye. I don't know if he does it every time, but he has shown that. I've yet to do that, but I'm becoming so frustrated with the Raven Black. I'm getting close to probably trying that method out. Just like the previous colors, shake, 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 and make sure to rinse out that funnel and the teaspoon very well. Let's mix up a couple more dyes together just to make sure that we understand what we're doing. This next color is Grape. Grape has no asterisk, so it's only going to get 2 teaspoons of dye to 1 cup of water. Now that we have Grape all cleaned up, let's move on to our last dye. And this color is Scarlet. Scarlet has 1 asterisk, so that means it's going to get 4 teaspoons of dye to 1 cup of water. So here's a little tip. I have this empty jar. I'm going to run it through the dishwasher, get it really clean, and then I like to use them to mix custom colors. Or for people that are doing like hot water irrigation, stuff like that, you're able to put your soda ash and your dye in it. They come in super handy. So I have a whole bunch of these little empty jars. So that's all there is to it. It's really that easy to mix dye. It's just a pain in the neck. And I want to point out that if you want to make pastel colors, you could just add less dye to the 1 cup of water, or add more water. Or if you want to thicken your dyes or make a stronger color, add more dye or add less water. You can just play around with it and basically do whatever you want. But this is just the basic guideline. This is Dharma's instructions for how to mix dye. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and click the bell for future notifications. And remember, have fun tie-dyeing.